By the way, that's not introversion, that's social anxiety. Let's play Introvert. Hello and welcome to Hula Noob Plays Short in Your Games. Today I'm going to play a game by Serious Daniel. I might have played a game by Serious Daniel before, but that developer has done so many horror games, I don't know. Could be, could not be, I don't know. But I like that it's about introverts. I guess it's very, very smart target group, you know, refinement. Not to say that all gamers are introverts, but a lot of them. And yeah, it's a very short game where you will live a few days in the life of a person who finds himself far from his only friend. Very interesting. Also, they are watching. I don't know who, but we'll find out right now. Alright. Very loud. Did I? No. It's been a month since Joey's last letter. After losing my wife, he is the only friend who'll stay with me even now. He promises vacation will not take long. I believe this day will be the good day. This day. I will see a letter from him in my mailbox. Or maybe he decided to make a surprise. Do I need to wake up again? Yes, Joey needs me. I'm not sure. Who's Joe? Like, if Joey's my friend, do I need... I guess? Oh, alternative endings as well? Why did I pick this game? Oh, I don't want to. That's so loud. I couldn't sleep in this room. Is the TV on? That's my flat. Alright. I need to check my mailbox again. Huh. Did I move in here or did I just not unpack? Oh, hi. Do not look. Everyone is watching me, aren't they? Well, conceptually it kind of works. I don't think so. So there's just some random person standing there. And I feel like I am being watched. Okay, so it's not like the game I recently played. I just feel like they're all watching me. I don't feel safe. By the way, that's not introversion. That's social anxiety, what you're seeing here. So the title is kind of off. Do I need to wake up again? I'm not sure. Can I just stay... Oh, I thought I can stay asleep, but no. Hey! No! I need to check my mailbox again. I didn't even check it, by the way. I just cut off. And then, you know. Yeah, introversion doesn't mean that you don't like people or don't like to be around people at all. It's really not that. That's a misconception. Everyone is watching. Wait, am I doing it wrong? Am I... because I'm getting attacked? Yeah, I think this game... I think I died. I didn't even notice. Everyone, please. Introversion and social anxiety are not the same thing. Sometimes they go together. Well, okay, I got my mail. That's it. Ugh. Very unpleasant walk through the stairwell. Yeah. And I can tell because I'm an introvert, like hardcore, you know. I need to have like a full weekend after being, you know, out with friends for one day in the week. But I don't really care if people look at me, and I'm not scared of people. This time the mailbox was empty again. Okay. How's the weather outside? It's pretty good. I should stay a little bit. I'm mixing it up, by the way. The fact that you have to go back annoys me to no end. Yeah. Too much spam letters. I should just ignore them. Okay. My room feels safe, isn't it? No, it does. I'm turning into a real asshole here. I'm sorry. I want to go outside. I want to go outside. Introverts, it's... Yes, you need time for yourself, but even that could be outside, to be quite honest. Just being around people doesn't mean that it takes energy from you. Interacting with people, socializing with people, communicating with people, that can be stressful. And but it can even be stressful in a positive way, so you can like it, but it can still, be a little bit draining in the way that even if you had the best time of your life and you love it and you love hanging out with people, after that you need some time, some quiet time for yourself. And that can be outside, it can be in a big city with a lot of people because you don't have to interact with them. This game is just a huge problem because I think a lot of people that have social anxiety, they think they're introverts and that's just it, but it's not. It's a different thing. It can be combined. It's not the same. Seems like something is wrong. No, I don't think so. I'm refusing to think that something's wrong. I don't know why he has the thoughts about the letters only in the flat. Because it's thoughts, right? It's not just saying it out loud. So he could just have them... Oh. A lot of useless spam, not Joey again. Okay. Sounds from the street seems too loud. I want to go outside. I don't know. I would just go to therapy because this is just... This feels so sad. I guess the character cannot afford to go to therapy or doesn't have access to therapy because otherwise they surely need it. Ugh, the mailbox is empty. Today is a bad day. Am I even friends with that person? Did I make that person up? Are they all watching me? I don't think so. How long is this game? This feels longer than it is. This does not feel like time is flying by. It's very repetitive and there's not enough change because you die if you look at them too much. So it's not really why they're leaving. I don't know. And I guess it's a very personal game. So I feel like a really bad person criticizing it. But yeah, I'm purely giving feedback on the game itself and on the game experience. I'm not giving feedback on the person who did this and on the reason for this game because I'm quite sure that's a very personal reason. It feels very emotional. Wait, I did not close my door? Oh, Joey is dead. What? Is that fact? Or did I just make that up? Am I thinking that? Like when you're a socially anxious person, sometimes you think if someone doesn't message you, back and it takes a couple of days even, then you're like, oh, they hate me. They never want to talk to me again, or I did something horrible. So was that the thinking here? Okay. What package, by the way? Did I order food, hopefully? Water and... Oh, there's no one here. Cool. Oh, nice. I'm alone now. Oh. Okay. Cool. Look, we can walk upstairs normally. I mean, a little bit like a rabbit, but still can hold our head up high, which is amazing. So that's good. So everyone moved out, probably because I was just being a creep. I always think someone's running up the stairs with this sound. That actually would have been cool, by the way. I'm alone now. Don't worry, Joey. I will be fine. That's ominous. No! What? Oh, somewhere. That is bleak. That's not how anything works. The story ends here. It shouldn't. Game of Serious Daniel. Man, definitely serious, Daniel. That's pretty... I have a thing about committing suicide in games. It needs to be earned because it's a very triggering topic. Not for me, but I know for quite a lot of people. Thing is, we have this shock ending here, and I totally get it within the story. I still don't know if it's needed because I'm alone now would be a sufficient and very sad ending. And the suicide is, in my point of view, not needed to drive home the message. Yeah. So, first of all, this is not introversion. I know most of us probably know by now. So, introversion. But still, I explain it. To anyone who's stuck with me until now, you know. Also, if you're new to this channel, this is what always happens. I play a game and then I talk for a very long time and give my analysis and my thoughts on it. So, introversion. An introvert, basically, whenever they have social interactions, it drains a little bit of their energy. And so if they have a lot of social interactions, like a party or a big event, a business meeting, or going to the office, usually afterwards they need a little bit of time to themselves to basically get their energy back up. An extrovert is the opposite. An extrovert needs social interaction to get their energy up. And if they're on their own, then it actually drains their battery, so to say. So that's the definition. Now, what we've seen here in the game, that's a whole other ballpark. Because, of course, some introverts, or maybe even quite a few introverts, can also be socially anxious or socially awkward. So socially awkward is when you're kind of awkward in social situations. Personally, I think everyone, even the coolest people, can be socially awkward, depending on who they are talking to. You know, there's always room for social awkwardness. There's no one who's, you know, has never been in a socially awkward situation, because sometimes it's also the other person that creates the awkwardness. Social anxiety, for example, is when you're scared of social interactions. So you need to take your time. You need to really, you know, brace yourself. That's a lot of people have it for phone calls, you know, or I have this weird thing when I'm on my own. I don't like to get fast food. I don't know why. It's okay in a supermarket or anything, but fast food joints where I have to stand in front, I have to look for what I want, I have to order it, and then go out. I usually just don't do it, and I'd rather go home and cook for myself. And I think it's a little bit of social anxiety that it stresses me out. I don't know why. Maybe I've seen the Soup Nazi episode from Seinfeld too often. And then there's, what did I also say? No, I think it was social anxiety, right? So if that, you know, that's probably our protagonist here, probably had a lot of social anxiety. And also probably a few other issues, because it also sounded like someone who was severely depressed, which also, it's not the same. You can have social anxiety and not be depressed. You can be both, of course, you know, but you can also have social anxiety and not be an introvert. Which makes it kind of tragic, but it still can happen, you know, that you actually enjoy social interactions, but to get there, because that's the main thing about social anxiety. It's when you're in the situation, it's not a biggie, but just knowing it will be there. So I have social anxiety, so when I know there's a big party or there's a offsite for work, you know, business meeting, whatever, especially in person, then I stress myself out, think of all the things I can say wrong or that can go wrong, go through all the different ways, you know, things can just go to shit. And then when I'm in the situations, I'm actually really enjoying myself, because most of the time it's just me being awful, you know, when in my thoughts, of course, you know, being too stressed about it, And then when I'm in this situation, I realize, yeah, actually, I'm good with people. I'm not that bad, you know. I'm not socially awkward most of the time. You know, I can talk to people. I can do small talk. I can actually adapt to a lot of different people. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's not that bad. But yeah, when, you know, I'm heading towards it, it always like, oh my God, I don't want to go, but I kind of want to go, but I don't want to. So yeah, so that's the differences with all this. And that's why it's this weird thing that a lot of people think introversion is always socially awkward, socially anxious, but no. There are actually introverts out there. Also, you probably know at least one introvert where you would think they're an extrovert. Because introverts can also be social butterflies, you know. They just then go home and just watch a TV show on their own, you know, after that. So, yeah, something new maybe for some of you learned today. About the game, I think it was a little bit too repetitive, to be quite honest. I know the thoughts were, I think, the storyline, but also I don't know if there's different endings. I don't really want to play it again. Maybe no, maybe I will. Let's just do it again. After now, no one's watching anymore, I guess. Maybe, oh, there's always 3 or 4 lovely people who watch, but okay, let's just go with the optimistic stuff. Let's see if that changes anything. I have the feeling it will not. I think it's one ending, but I just want to make sure. Because maybe I made the bad ending myself. Also, maybe it's also shorter because I will hopefully not be killed so often. It's so sensitive. It's like I'm not seeing anyone, and my screen is still freaking out. And it's just monotonous. That doesn't happen that much because also the interactions, they don't really change, right? No one's trying to address us or anything. It's just the same over and over again. And then, of course, you have the walk and then whatever utterance about the mail. I probably would have removed the going back up again because it's like, I know that's supposed to be the thing that you have to do, but it feels redundant because nothing happens that's kind of different. I think we have one occasion where suddenly there's a bozo in front of our door. I would like to know what that person wants, but obviously I'll just die out of social anxiety. So I can't, you know, too much spam letters. I should just ignore them. So many people, even though a lot of them already moved out. Like, what's their deal also? I think this is less, you know, social anxiety, but just what are you up to here? I mean, I get it if some people stay in the stairwell and have a conversation, you know, with their neighbors, not me, but other people, I've heard. But they're just standing in the corner and watch. So that's definitely creepy and has nothing to do with anything here. Like, not with social anxiety or awkwardness or introversion. That's just creepy. Nope, they're not watching you. Like, I don't know, did I get the message that he's dead? That's what's confusing to me. Because I said this after I got the mail, and usually I just said what was in the mail. So it was like, did I get a letter? That would be horrible. That would be so devastating. And again, it would have nothing to do with being an introvert or socially anxious. It just would be absolutely devastating for everyone. Okay, it's the same ending. So I couldn't really... Can I go out? No. I really get the point of this game. And what I hope is that the developer actually wanted to do this because they wanted to, you know, say something. They had something to say. It was maybe a personal thing, maybe about themselves or about a friend or family member or whatever. Because then I get it. I get why it exists. I like, you know, it's very muted, and then it makes sense because it's a very sad game. It's less a horror game. It feels, you know, it's all about the anxiety and everything, and this alienation. I don't think the ending is needed because the I'm all alone, that's difficult enough, you know. And I think everyone knows that someone who has issues like that will probably not be super happy. It will probably, you know, not have the happy ending. But I think an open ending would still be better, because I think it feels crass, to be quite honest. I don't like the shooting ending. It feels crass. But that's my, sensitive opinion. That's my snowflake opinion, because I am one. From a horror game perspective, from a player perspective, I think it's a little bit monotonous. I don't like that there's choice-based conversations with myself that don't have any impact on anything. It feels empty that way. So it feels like, you know what? If you want to tell your story, commit to it. If you want to have a very depressed protagonist, commit to it. Because it's not really a role-playing game, on that account, because I can't change the ending here. And then, with the ending, all role-playing falls apart, falls to the floor, and even feels like a slap to the face. So don't give people the choice. And I guess it was there just to give some more variety in the game, but I think there's different ways to do that. Yeah. So, good effort. I understand why this game exists. Wasn't my cup of tea. That's it. How do you like it? How, to the viewers, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Did you agree with me or not? What do you think? Is Joey dead or not? Is that just the anxiety of the protagonist, or did they get him later? Because I seriously do not know. I do not know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're new to this channel, play a lot of indie horror games, and then I talk a lot for a very long time about them. And that's the whole channel's identity. If you like that, if you stuck with me so far until now, come on. You might want to subscribe, and I promise you. Okay, we're living together in a house, yeah? We're neighbors. And I can promise you, aside from maybe, I will usually, I take up eye contact, because I learned that's polite. And I will greet you, but that's it. No forced conversations. Also, I will not stand in the corner in the corridor and just stare at you, because that's so creepy. So, if you're my neighbor and you're socially anxious, don't worry, There's nothing to worry about. Even if you don't want to greet me, after a couple of times, I will know that, and I will appropriately not greet you, so you can just do your thing. It's fine. It's totally fine. So, subscribe. Anyways, hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. And maybe see you next time. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.